Welcome back to towns along the St. Lawrence River, and today we're doing beautiful, historic Williamstown, Ontario, Canada. So just a few facts about Williamstown. This village was settled in 1784 by the United Empire Loyalists, and it's also home of the Glengarry Nor'westers and Loyalist Museum. Now this was, I believe, a lower school at one time, and now it looks like it's just the SD&G Library. And next to it we have St. Mary's Church Cemetery. And this is where my in-laws are buried. Rest in peace, Armin and Roland. So I'll give you a little shot of the church in front. Just a beautiful old town. And this is home to Canada's oldest fair, which will be 213 years old this year. And I believe they have it in August. And you can read about it online. Now this would have been the rectory where the priests would have lived. Beautiful old building. So this is a Catholic church, Nativity of the Blessed Virgin Mary. So this church was finished in 1849. They finished construction on it. I'll just give you a better shot. Beautiful church. So this house here is the Sir John Johnson house. And it was built in 1784. He was an Empire Loyalist, and he actually helped settle many other Loyalists, especially after the War of 1812. So there was a grist mill and a timber mill on this property back in the day. So 1784 this house was built. So a lot of Scottish Highlanders settled up here also. And they were loyal to the crown, so they were Empire Loyalists also. Wow, just a beautiful property. So Williamstown is actually on the Raisin River, which is a small tributary river, and that empties into the St. Lawrence River. So that's why I don't mind doing these small little communities with adjoining rivers to the St. Lawrence. Wow, these trees are massive. And I'm sure they're hundreds of years old. So this would be the front of the house. Wow, what a grand house it is. Sir John Johnson. I see they have a relic of a cannon over there. Let's go have a look. So it says, this cannon, reputedly used in the Northwest Rebellion, was one of a pair brought to the site by Colonel D.M. Robertson sometime after 1897, and they were sold to the St. Lawrence Park Commission. Wow, that's an oldie. So Williamstown and surrounding area, it's rural community. So it's mostly farms. There's a little village with, there's a pub, a little restaurant. They have a little convenience grocery store there, and there's a little cafe. Now the population is incorporated into South Glengarry Township, so I can't give you an exact population of the village itself, but it's in the hundreds though. So it's mostly rural farmers in this area. I'm going to go down and we're going to have another look at the Bethune Thompson house. And that's another one that is one of the oldest in Ontario. Same as this one, built in the 1700s. So this is the Bethune Thompson house, which is on John Street. And this is one of the oldest heritage sites in Ontario. Now, this house was built in 1784 by Pete Ferguson, and actually the logs, instead of going sideways, were placed up and down. And that's pretty much why this house is in such great shape, because that way the logs don't sag. And that was actually a French concept from Quebec. So the house is in immaculate condition there. So 1784 it was built. So it was acquired by Reverend John Bethune, and he also added on to the home. So David Thompson, a famous Northwest fur trader, he then acquired it after that. So they started construction in 1780. So that was well before the War of 1812. And again, Scottish Highlanders and United Empire Loyalists settled in this area. And they were all loyal to the crown. Wow, what a grand house it was. Now, I'm sure there were many outbuildings that have not survived over the years. I'll just take a little walk around, see if there's anything else. Wow, wouldn't that be a relaxing spot to sit and read a book? And they did a great job restoring this, keeping it in great shape. The Bethune Thompson House on John Street in beautiful Williamstown, Ontario, Canada. So this here is the Charland Recreation Center, which short form stands for Charlottenburg Lancaster Township. It's actually South Glengarry Township. So they do have a recreation center here. Which is good for young people. And that building next to it, I believe, is the Williamstown Public School. So that would be your lower school. And across the road, we have Charland District High School. So the surrounding area, rural communities, they would bus the students in here mostly. And it looks like they're doing some major renovations there. Yep, this is Charland District High School. And it's part of the Upper Canada District School Board. So next I'm going to take you to St. Andrew's Church, which is another historic site. And I believe it was built in 1812. And it was completed just a few years later. The war slowed down construction apparently. So here we are. This is St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church. And it was starting construction in 1812, but interrupted by the War of 1812 between the British and the Americans. So construction was sort of halted, and they finished it in 1818. Wow, just beautiful. And I believe Sir John Johnson is also buried in this cemetery here too. And if you notice, many of the headstones are Celtic crosses, and that would be because of the Scottish Highlanders that settled in the area. Yep, many of them dating back to the 1800s. This one's so old, the writing's almost worn off. '52. Just a beautiful church. So I'm going to take you now and I'm going to show you where the fairgrounds are. And apparently, Sir John Johnson, he allocated a plot of land for the fair. And he said as long as it's used as a fair every year, it's theirs. But the day that the fair stops or there's no fair, it goes back to the original owner. So they have had a fair for 213 years, every year, and it's in August. Just tons of old places dating back over a century and a half ago. I'll give you a little peek at the Raisin River across the road. Lots of old, massive maples and oaks here. So this is the Raisin River, which flows right through town. And you can see some small rapids down there. So just a couple miles down the road in Lancaster, that's where this river empties into the St. Lawrence River. Just beautiful. Before we head to the fairground, I'll just walk to the corner and show you a couple things. So there's not too many businesses here. There used to be a gas station years and years ago, but that's long gone. So I believe they have Jack's Pub. I've never eaten here. So it's open. Yep. So it says it's open for lunch and supper. Wow, what a gorgeous backyard. Look at that. Right along the Raisin River. Very pretty. So this little gray building, that was, I believe, a gas station years and years ago. And now it's called the Upper Canada Financial Services, Insurance and Investments now. So they do have a small grocery store and there's a little cafe. It's the Old Bridge Restaurant. So that's great. You don't have to go to town. You can pick stuff up here, and there's a butcher shop in there too. Serving smoked meat platter today. Oh, nice. Little outside area overlooking the river. So we'll head on down to the fairgrounds. So this building here is the Nor'Wester Museum. Nor'Wester and Loyalist Museum. So it's been there since 1967. And it's probably got a lot of artifact going back to like fur trading and such there. So across the road from the museum is the fairgrounds itself. So as I said, this will be the 213th edition of the fair. So as I said, Sir John Johnson allocated all this land as long as they use it for a fair. If they don't, or if they miss a year using it as a fair, it goes back to the original owners. So a lot of nice old buildings here, kept in really good shape. So apparently they have a little midway here for the children and stuff. And there's probably a lot of 4-H things, you know, judging cattle, raising sheep and stuff. And it looks like they have a little antique barn over there too. So I've never been here myself. Yep, they have a cattle show building over there. So yeah, this is Canada's oldest fair, 213 years old this August. And it looks like they probably have some horse jumping in the corral over there too. Yeah, just a beautiful place. A beautiful, historic Williamstown, Ontario, Canada. So I hope you enjoyed it. And like and subscribe. We'll keep on doing some more videos of small towns and villages along the St. Lawrence River. Thank you very much.